So, I wanted to make a first-person shooter game, but the best game I've ever made looks like this. And I don't know how to 3D model. So for the next 100 days, I downloaded a 3D animation software and started making game assets for my, well, game. And I could have used Blender, which is a program with tons of tutorials and plugins, or... So for my first project, I don't know what the f I made. This is literally two squares put together. Like, I could probably go on some random Roblox game and see a better looking sword than this. So, I started watching tutorial videos, but when I mean watched, I mean
Is the deliver input this now.
after watching some tutorials, I learned how to extrude and subdivide and whatever the videos were talking about. And with my newfound knowledge, I made a horse. Yeah, I probably should have watched the tutorials. Okay, so I've spent a couple hours fiddling with the little tools that we got. I made a flashbang, balls, and a spray can or something. And I wanted to make these balls glow, but I didn't know how to do that, so I'm pretty sure I put lights in them, but you hit the render button, they're glowing, and you can't really see it, but boom, they're glowing. For my fifth project, I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I searched up robots on Google and got a little bit of inspiration from one of the pictures. So when I finished my robot, it basically was just Wall-E, so at that point just steal everything and oh, boop, now it's a box. And at this point, I was just on a bit of a roll, so I took this dude's head and boom, Team Star Wars droid. And while I was working on these robots, I did notice that there was a bit of a little bit of a mess with the shapes, but instead of learning how to organize it, I'll just pretend I didn't see that. I got this downloadable model of a girl so I could learn how to 3D animate, but currently she isn't moving, so to fix that, I gave her bones. First, I tried to make her walk, and right now it does seem kind of silly and unpolished, but now she can walk around the city. Oh. I also tried making her jump, but I think I messed up somewhere along the way because her feet are literally sliding, and her leg just crunches into place there. I started animating some attack animations for her, and when combined, they look like this. I didn't want the girl to be attacking air though, so I copy-pasted her and I animated her getting her shoe kicked in. While I was on YouTube, I found a really good tutorial on a person making a CSGO knife. So I copied it step by step, and I would say it looks pretty good. I had to give it arms though, so I could actually make a first-person animation. So I made a quick pair of arms in 5 minutes, and here's what it looks like. I swear this looked better while I was making it. I did 3D modeling some guns too, and they looked pretty good, except some of the animations were a bit questionable. Okay, but for real though, what was I thinking? So I made these sickles, and they kind of reminded me from the weapons that the wolf had in Puss in Boots, so I decided to give them a little bit of an animation. And you might be thinking, yeah, it looks pretty good, but if you look at it from the side, the weapons are literally floating for more than half the time. So I made this katana and gave it a totally original animation. And this time, I actually gave it sound effects. and it kind of sounds like this. And then I deleted everything that I made so far because these arms look atrocious. So after a couple hours, I remodeled the arms, and they do look a little bit skinny, but that's because my only reference is my arms, and I'm kind of built like Minecraft early. Anyway, I learned what UV unwrapping was, which is basically just turning my 3D model into a Minecraft skin, and then from there I could make custom textures for anything I wanted. Oh man, I mean, worst part is, he's not even wrong, the textures look like this. Well, I mean, we're just reaching, you know. If you can find a Roblox game that looks like this, I'll be amazed. After making about 10 basic weapons, I did want to make something a little bit more complex. So, I stole something again, and I made the Prowler Gauntlets from Into the Spider-Verse, and this one did take a while, it took a couple days, but I think it turned out pretty good, and it's rigged as well, so it's pretty cool. My favorite Counter-Strike game just came out with a brand new knife, and it looks pretty cool. So I'm just gonna do the honors and you know, make it myself. It can't be that hard. It's been about 20 days, and I've scrapped this project like 3 times because I have no idea how arms work. But in the end, I did get some of the results that I wanted, but I am never gonna do this again. Oh my god. So, after 100 days, I did have a lot of fun making all these fun little projects. I didn't learn all the necessary stuff and like the foundations and stuff because I was too busy goofing off making my weapons. But I definitely would want to do another 100 days of this series and maybe learn how to make some new characters or models and rigging and maybe just some environmental stuff, who knows. But yeah, if you made it this far, nice.